Okay, in this video, what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and code the app up. So last video, we went and named everything. We got our variables going. So let's go ahead and code everything. The way it's going to work is they're going to enter in the number of long sleeve shirts, enter in the number of short sleeve shirts, and it'll give you a pre-tax price. So let's go ahead and do that. So part one up here obviously was making the variables. We're going to do part two now. That's getting the variables using the try parse. So we're going to use integer.tryparse. Don't remember what I called it. Long sleeve TB. And we want to store it in the variable called shirt long. Okay. And you'll notice that the shirt long squiggle goes away because we're using it. I'm going to do it again. Make sure you put the dot text. If you don't, it won't know to take the text from the box. It'll just try to take the box name itself, which doesn't make sense. Okay. It should be a lowercase s. VB isn't case sensitive, just so you know. I'm just doing this because I'm neurotic about variable names. Let's see here. Oh, made a mistake. This isn't shirt long. This should be short quantity. That matters. If you were to actually try doing that, you'd have an error because you can't reassign the value of a constant. Okay, that's good. Shirt cost. So let's go ahead and do that. So that's all we have to do. This is part two. We'll just put a little here. Part two, getting the values from the text boxes. That's all these two statements did. Is I went to here and I got the two values. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the math. Part three, do the math. Oh, what fun. So now we're going to say shirt cost is going to equal, that's obviously our shirt long times our shirt quantity. Shirt long is kind of a weird name. I should have called this like shirt long price, but whatever. It's shirt long times short quantity. Okay. I misspelled that. Short cost. There we go. Gotta make sure you don't misspell anything. And this will be long cost is going to equal short, which is the cost, times this is what I put short cost, long cost. Sorry, shirt long times long cost. No, times long quantity. Okay. So just know that shirt long. They're both shirt long. This should be shirt short. Sorry. There we go. Short cost. So the cost of your short sleeve shirts is going to be the price of the shirt times the quantity of the shirt. So I'm just going to put that up here. Price of short sleeve shirts equal number of shirts times cost of the shirt. And, you know, same thing here. I'm not going to put that. Okay, so that's that. Now we're just going to say our pre-tax cost equals our short cost plus our long cost. So that's our total cost. You know, this is how much the short sleeve shirts cost altogether, how much the long sleeve shirts cost altogether, and this is the long sleeve shirts plus the short sleeve shirt cost. So hopefully that makes sense. The last thing we need to do is part 4, is display the cost. So me dot, I don't remember what I called it. It is called pre-tax LBL equals convert dot toString pre-tax cost. Make sure you put .text. If not, it will yell at you. So that's it. We have part 1 through 4. Let's test it out. All right, so let's say we get 1 long sleeve and 1 short sleeve. Yep. Let's say we get 3 long sleeve. Yeah, that's right. And there you go. It's not too bad. Everything looks good. Just check it over. Okay, I made one mistake here. Long sleeves text box should go into long quantity, and short sleeves TB should go into short quantity. So, you know, you make, sometimes you get some mistakes when you do that. There you go. And everything works pretty good. And we'll do the bottom as well. We're actually going to cheat a little bit on the bottom. This is the way it's going to work. We're going to put in a tax rate, and we're just going to use this up here. So we're not actually going to need to recalculate everything. So we're going to go back to here, and the only thing we're actually going to need is the pre-tax cost. We don't need any of this. We're going to use it from the prior one. All right. So what we'll do is this. We already did part 1. We'll do part 2 now. We'll say double dot try parse, and we'll do tax rate me dot, what's it called here, tax rate TB. Oops. Text, and we want to store that in tax rate. And then what we'll do is, it's really all we need to do here. We'll do the math. We'll do one more. Double dot try parse, and we'll do me dot pre tax cost. Oh, sorry, me dot. What do we call it? Right here. We're going to use this one. So that's pre-tax LBL. Me dot pre-tax LBL dot text, and we want to store that number in pre-tax cost. Okay, so now that we have this, we're going to go ahead and do our math. So we're going to say this, tax rate is going to equal itself divided by 100. Like, for example, I'm just going to put a little semicolon. For example, if the user enters in 7 the tax rate will be 0.07, which is 7%. Okay? That's easy enough. So now we'll do post. Let's do tax paid is going to equal tax rate times pre-tax cost. So you're going to multiply the 7% and you'll get what you paid in your tax. And let's go ahead and we're going to put that here. This is called tax paid LBL. We'll do that in a second though. And now we're going to say our post-tax is going to equal our pre-tax plus our tax paid, which, you know, makes sense. Now we'll output everything. So we're going to put me dot tax paid LBL dot text equals convert dot toString tax paid, oops, not tax paid. So that's just putting the tax paid there. Now I'm lazy, so I'm just going to copy and paste this. And it won't be tax paid label, it will be post-tax label, I think. Post-tax label. And this will be post-tax. And there you go. So the bottom part actually is pretty easy. That's the whole part that I was concerned about. But up here, you might want to give your stuff better names. It's not too bad. Let's give it a run. Go ahead and save it and give it a run. Okay, so the long sleeves are like 10 1/4 a piece. Let's get 3 of them. These are about 5 1/4 or whatever of those. So let's get 2 of those. So yeah, that's about 30 plus 10 is, that works, $40. Let's say our tax rate is 10%. So it's price with tax. So 10% of $41 is, you know, just move the decimal point over. You're good. And then if we add $4 and about 13 cents on the $41, you get $45, and that's the price with tax. So we can do one more just to verify. So you get 10 of those and 10 of those, $155. It's easy to figure out. Let's do a tax rate of 5%. And yep, so half of 15.5 is 7.75. Price with tax is $155 plus 7.75. Yep, everything works. So there you have it. That's kind of a long program. Hopefully you learned how to use variables, the main part was how to use tax, and how to take components or labels from another button like that we calculated here and use it here without redoing all the math. Like for example, up here, we did all this math to get pre-tax cost, but down here we didn't need to do any of that. How did we get pre-tax cost? Well, we got pre-tax cost just by try-parsing what was already in the label here from the first button. Okay, so that saves you a lot of time, a lot of effort, and you will avoid mistakes and confusion that way. Hopefully you found this tutorial helpful and you will be able to complete the exercises.